Hey YouTube, this is 2016 15-inch MacBook Pro, model number A1707, and this is my MacBook. I bought it like that. I'm going to fix it up and see how it goes. So basically the problem here is double Flexgate. Double Flexgate. Flexgate on the backlight cable and a Flexgate on the camera cable. Both of these here and here. I'll show you under microscope, but see what's going on. What's going on right now? Took the back cover off, so let's. Oops, I opened up too much, I think. Oh no, it's okay. So it's still. The backlight is bad, but not too bad. I mean, I can open up pretty far before it goes out. But you can see the light stage effect, how Apple calls it, like there on the bottom. All the way on the bottom you can see there's like some backlight is on, some backlight is off at the moment. So let me put password in and see. I'm gonna open up. Let's see, the backlight is halfway out, and I'm gonna open up the photo booth. Okay, see, no camera detected. And I open up a little more and the backlight will go off completely. That's it, no more backlight. Okay. Alright, so let me do SMC reset and shut it down. I'm gonna show you under the microscope both damaged cables. Okay. So this is one, and this is the second one. So let me open them up. Oops. No, come on, shut down. I don't want you to work at the moment. Okay, so you can see this cable right here. This is the screen. Like, see, I'm open up the cable, it moves, and this is pretty bad. Okay, as you can see, this is the camera cable actually, this one, and right here we have the backlight cable. So this is, as I said, 2016 model 15-inch, which Apple doesn't, they didn't even cover it at all. They covered 13-inch, but as you can see, the 15-inch suffers from the same issue that Apple is well aware of and wouldn't do anything about it. And this was not a cheap computer too. So both cables are done. As you can see, this one is like kind of big time cracked, as well as this one. Let's see. I'm not sure it's in the center. I'm gonna assist it with some light so you can see this better. As you can see, I'm moving the screen. The cable cracks along with it. That's the camera cable once again, and this is the backlight cable. Oops. So let's go ahead, take this screen off, and we're gonna try to I'm actually going to try to fix, well, I'm going to be fixing both of them, but my main target here is the camera cable, because I've never done the camera cable before, so it's going to be my first time. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I got the replacement cable, and I actually was looking at it, scraped a little bit to see which side do I need to scrape actually to get to the contacts. And on this cable, on the camera cable, looks like the proper way to scrape it is from the inside part of the cable, not the outside like on the backlight, as you can see. And these traces are pretty close to each other and they're really small, so this is going to be a tough repair probably. High chance of a failure, you know, of not soldering it properly or bridging those little cables. As you can see on this cable, there's a, I can get to the, basically I can scrape a little bit more and I can get to the contacts, as you can see. Okay, so this is just on the edge of the cable. I was just testing it kinda, but on the other side, as you can see, this is the other side, so he has to go through 2 layers basically. So the proper way to scrape this is from the inside. What I mean about inside is this. So where the connector is, so that's where you scrape these cables. As you can see, this is just on the very edge, so I was just testing it basically. Okay, so let's go ahead and prepare the cable, scrape that, and I'll get to the point where I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be doing this repair as the the different way I did my Flexgate in our video. This is going to be a flat method, because this is going to work better, I believe. It's going to be easier to solder. Okay, so let's go ahead and prepare it and show you how I choose the length. It's pretty straightforward. I got to the point where it's pretty easy to measure it, so it's not long, it's not short, it's just the right size. Okay. Okay, scratched what I said. I was wrong, and the easier way to scrape the protection on this cable for the camera is actually from the top, same way as you would do for the backlight cable. Same thing. I already cut this and prepared it. Applied some low melt solder here, and I also scraped a little bit on the edge, on the outer edge, so it's easier for me to align the pins. As you can see, traces. And since I was thinking that it's gonna be I'm gonna have to scrape them from the other side, I cut that cable on the screen a little too short. So I'll have to do with it, the way, it's already done. So I have to play with what I have, as you can see here. This is the cable, and I prepared it as well here. But I would love to keep it longer, but it's already too late for the, for the way I do it. This time I'm doing it. A different way, not the same way I did my previous backlight repair. I'm gonna flap it. Basically, it's a flap method. So this is how it's gonna go. It's gonna go same way on both sides, like that. Basically, this is the way I'm gonna solder this one. okay? And then I'm gonna just flap this like that, you know, with the proper length. I'll show you the length later, but that's the way I'm doing this one, so it's easier. But I prefer to keep this cable that coming out of the LCD a little bit longer, so I can you know, so it's easier to work on. So I just, you know, kind of tape it to this little I'm using the hard drive. This is just a hard drive from some HP, and I just tape it here, and this is just easier to work. But you know, it's already done, so I have to deal with what I have. So, but flap method, once again, I'm doing it the same way. Two sides outside, scrape outside that, and put them together like that, solder them together, and then flap it like that, you know, and apply some tape there, so they, you know, they stay together and nothing is moving. So let's go ahead and get this soldered and see how it goes. Okay, so let's see. So I'm gonna struggle a little bit here. And put a little more heat and get this kind of aligned a little bit. Yeah, this is not easy to do, but the alignment is the key here. It has to be aligned properly, otherwise it's not gonna work. Get this kind of pushed in. Okay, just like that, I guess. It's about aligned. It is aligned or no? I'm looking by the small ones, small traces. Yeah, this seems to be like it, but it has to move a little bit here this way. Okay, so oops, get disconnected here. The whole thing. So let me attach that one because it's kind of aligned, but let me get a little bit. I need to push it on this side. Okay, so this is actually pretty good in terms of alignment, I guess. Not well. We'll see. It's kind of. It's not. It's not exactly. It's not exactly right. Let me move this maybe a little bit back. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not easy to work on. But let me get this straightened out a little bit. Okay. Okay, so I had to a little bit redo this, but now it seems to be. It's not super aligned because this is not this. These are not 100% aligned overall. These lines, but I think they should do. So let's go ahead and try to get them going all together and see how it goes. I need to flow some. I want to make sure that solder flows in. Yeah, like that. It just has to flow. There should be a good connection. And this will do. These bigger ones. This will do. Okay. Maybe scrape a little bit of the smaller ones because there is not enough to catch up, but maybe we'll get this going. So let me add a little bit here on the bigger one. So I'm using just a regular 183 Celsius solder now, not a low melt. So it just flows better. Okay. I'm concentrated on the little ones right now because that's the most important part at the moment. Let me clean it up. Man. I'm not sure if I hit those. Maybe I need to do. Let me see. It's really hard to see in the microscope. I think I got those four. I got those four and these two. I feel like I got them kind of all, to be honest, but I cannot 100% confirm. Couple more tries. Maybe even. Now let me actually move them a little bit. Hard to tell, absolutely hard to tell. A little higher maybe. temperature. Clean it up. We have a better look maybe. When I flash it with the flashlight, it seems like some of them are actually bridged, but they're not. So a little bit. A little bit of flashlight and a minor check here. See what we have. No, it seems to be fine. So let me check it. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna seal it up or close it. I'm just gonna maybe try and see what we have, if we actually have the camera, and we go from there. I think that's the proper way of going about it. Okay. Let me try now. Alright, about the flap, and before I installed it, actually I want to show you. So see how it's flapped on itself? Kinda. I hope you can see this. So this is where it was soldered, and then there is a flap goes. So it goes down and flap on itself. And the way I measure, where the flap should end, how what's the length, is I straighten out the original piece like that, and I kinda put it to the cut off piece like this, like kinda attach it to the way, to the place it was cut from, and then just make sure it's a little bit longer, not a lot, like this. This might be even a little bit too long, but that should do. So we're gonna actually see how it goes, but that's the basic event. So it has to be longer. It has to be longer for it not to crack again. So, but you have an idea, I hope. Let me test it out now. Okay, after the test, it did not fully work. I had the light coming on the camera on the photo booth app, but the light comes on for a couple seconds and turns off. Camera's not working. So I'm gonna do it a little different way now. I'm gonna try to redo it, and this is from the edge. I'm looking at it from the edge actually, and I can see a little better here. I can see that some of those little contacts are not making a full contact. So I'm gonna try to fix that part. Maybe squeeze them together with the Here's my like this. Yeah, this is a little too much of the heat because it's not doing me anything better. Just burning it. But that's the basically deal. I have to go through all the little ones. All the bigger ones are totally fine. All the little traces, that's what I'm after here. Okay, so on the second try, when I was pinching those two cables together and soldering them at the same time from the edge, basically, make sure I'm making the bridge there between the contacts. We have some luck. So the backlight flex is not fixed yet. It's still, I have to leave it like that. And the little spring things, I actually put them inside this time, so they do not, because I do not put it all together, so they do not mess up my my main stuff here. This little connection. So as you can see, this is our computer, and as you can see, there is that flat. Let me zoom out of focus here. I hope you can see there's our little flap there. Okay, so let me move it around too. Hope you can see this. This is our little flap there, the cable I just fixed, and check it out. We have photo booth, and it's working beautifully. As you can see, the camera is back in business, and also this cable controls the automatic light sensor. So let me close this one and check out the automatic light sensor. Let me open up the display properties here. Okay, And let me put it like kind of this way. Okay, you can see it's, as you can see, yeah, this autofocus thing does not really work well. Anyway, as you can see, so let me show you. I'm gonna flash a flashlight on the sensor. See, it goes up, and then I move the flash out, it goes down. You know, so basically it's adjusting the brightness. So that thing works too. So this is beautiful. It's not easy. It's a lot harder to do than the backlight cable, backlight cable, but it is doable. Just some more patience, basically, and because those traces do not really line up well with the original one and the replacement cable, so you have to line them up the best you can and work with what you have, basically. I guess that's the moral of the story. But it's doable, as you can see, and I just have to open up the yeah, as you can see, it's working. The camera. Yeah, so that's the deal. That's the deal with this repair. But thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe. I'm gonna finish up with the backlight cable too, and I'm gonna do it the same way. I'm gonna do the flap method because actually I found it a little bit faster than the one I did before, because you scrape it from the same side and on both cables, and that side is actually easier to scrape than the other side. So I just found it's easier to do, and it's pretty easy to control the cable, the longevity of it, how long it is. But thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, guys. Couple more things. This is the length of the fully closed cable. At that length I showed you. So that's our flap compared to the still broken original one. Okay. So it's pretty good, actually. Pretty good length. It's not touching that spring thing. And when we open it up, this is the length of the screen fully opened. Okay, so that's the way it's supposed to be, basically. It's about the same as LCD cable, and this is compared to this one. See, it's like, that's why it broke, basically. Okay, so this is that's I would say that's like a perfect size, perfect length. And one more thing, I need to take this one apart. Another thing is I use a very little bit of glue in that in a flap, right where it flaps on itself, basically. Between two cables there, between two cables when it flaps, between two cables when it goes down, I will put a little bit of T7000 glue there, just so they kind of stay in place better. And also I use this cloth tape, actually pretty strong and pretty good tape. So that's what I use to cover, to hold them basically together, kind of, and cover at the same time it covers the edge of that rework. Okay, I'll show you under the scope. And also, when you do this this repair, you have to trim the antenna cable a little bit, so it has more, since this is thicker now, this cable is thicker now, you have to trim a little bit of the plastic off of the antenna cable. So let me show you under the scope. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, the trimming of the yes, so that's what I'm talking about, the trimming. Make it nice and even. So that's where basically on the ends. So there's no resistance for that cable to move, but because it moves, it goes like that, backward and forward. So that has to be trimmed, and I'm showing you the end result of this cable. Okay, so that's that. Make sure nothing is in the way. So I kind of get this together, and then I also apply another piece on top to kind of put them, hold both pieces in place. There's another piece on top, so they just kind of match here, and there's another piece holding these two pieces together. So that should finish up this repair. Okay. Once again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.